Hello and welcome to 21st Century. I'm Daljit Dhaliwal. The sad truth about violence against women is that it's not just the emotional and physical suffering that destroys lives. The ability of millions of women around the world to participate as equals in their countries is also diminished. In Nicaragua, groups of determined women and men are now taking to the stage and acting against the violence. A harrowing enactment of violence. But a reality for so many women. Here in Nicaragua, a group of performers from one of the poorest communities in the city of Leon mask their nerves with laughter. This is their last rehearsal before their debut performance. Across the country, other theatre groups are also warming up for their show. Here in a sleepy village in the hills of northwestern Nicaragua, this group called Capullo are also about to perform for the locals. Like the women from Leon, all these performers share a common goal: to bring public attention to one of the most serious challenges facing women and girls in the country today: the violence they suffer daily at the hands of partners or family.
Ellas no están solas y de que tienen que romper el silencio y de que no deben de dejarse maltratar, que tenemos igual derecho que los hombres.
Buenas.
Gretel Enid Robleto is a member of the theatre group Women of Southeast Leon, who have built a play around their own personal experiences of violence. Gretel survived a 9-year violent marriage.
Él me maltrataba, me golpeaba a diario, me había dejado ya señas en mi cabeza, tengo una cicatriz en mi ceja, que me hicieron 18 puntadas, me sentía que a quién podía acudir, entonces me sentía como atrapada.
Gretel recognizes how much being a part of the theatre group has helped her overcome her brutal past.
Buenas.
Antes no me podía expresar como lo estoy haciendo hoy. Hoy puedo hablar, hoy puedo reírme. Entonces sí ha cambiado estas obras de teatro. Nos han ayudado a superarnos, a todas las mujeres promotoras que estamos trabajando, a superarnos.
Gretel and her companions see themselves as promoters rather than actors. Their goal is to spread the message that until the violence ends, women will never live as equals in their country.
Ese es el trabajo de nosotras, de llegar y siempre hablarles y decirles que no están solas, que deben de romper esas cadenas de ya no violencia, de no dejarse maltratar ni golpear, ni psicológica, ni física, ni verbal.
According to United Nations estimates, between a third to a half of Nicaraguan women have suffered violence from men at some time, and the country has the second highest incidence of domestic violence in the region. Central America ranks among the most dangerous places on earth for women, and the violence has been described as endemic.
Las 10 promotoras toditas han sufrido violencia. Hemos pasado por experiencias. Incluso cuando se comenzaron a involucrar como promotoras en el año pasado, todavía algunas estaban siendo maltratadas por sus parejas. Ahora ya podemos decir de que lo dejamos atrás todo eso.
Daniel Pulido, an artist and director of the women's play, is also the organizer of the project to use theatre as a tool in the fight against violence involving both women's rights and theatre groups from around the country.
El teatro es muy dinámico, es divertido, entonces la gente sabe que va a haber una obra de teatro y se va a divertir.
And once entertained, he says, the audience is more open to listen and reflect on the issues presented in these plays.
Cuando una obra funciona bien, se logra que la gente se concentre y que la gente realmente de alguna manera se identifica con las situaciones de los personajes. Es una manera de entrar muy a fondo en las actitudes y en los comportamientos de las personas, donde realmente tendría que comenzar el cambio.
And making changes, he says, is essential to eventually free women from the cycle of violence. Until this happens, he says, there will never be true democracy in Nicaragua, which was fought for so hard during the 1970s and 80s.
Puede hablar de democracia, una democracia real o una democracia válida si no hay una igualdad y si no están incluidos los derechos de las mujeres y en ese sistema.
And this is why Daniel embarked on this project. With support from the United Nations Democracy Fund, there are now 10 theatre groups performing in their local communities around the country. All performances are followed by a discussion with the audience, like this animated conversation after group Cupullo's play about a husband who torments his wife. And after this performance by a group called Bosque Negro, which focuses on incest and a father's brutality against both his daughter and his wife, the audience commended the play and confirmed that it sent a message that should be heard.
Mucha violencia, más que todo por parte de los hombres hacia la mujer. Y entonces nosotros debemos de estar conscientes de la ley que se promulgó y defender el género femenino.
Eso pasa en la vida real. Nosotros las mujeres no hay que quedarnos calladas, hay que decir todo lo que nos pasa, tanto en el hogar como en la calle.
And the young actor Byron, aged 19, who plays the abusive father and husband, feels it's important for his contemporaries to be aware of the issue.
Bueno, sí es importante para que los jóvenes de hoy en día podamos ir recapacitando, porque tal vez las personas mayores no comprendan o ya no quieran cambiar, pero tal vez los jóvenes que venimos creciendo, venimos comenzando la vida, podamos ver las cosas diferentes y hacer de este un nuevo mundo.
It's an approach that Alba Luz Ramos, president of the Supreme Court of Justice, agrees with.
Creo que los niños sí están proclives a abrirse a ese tema. Eso va a ir cambiando la visión de la vida de estos niños y niñas. Ya va a ir cambiando esos paradigmas de que las mujeres estamos obligadas a soportar la violencia, que es parte de nuestra vida y de nuestro destino.
Ramos was involved in the introduction of a new law in Nicaragua aimed at curbing violence against women, which came into force in June 2012. The law now recognizes femicide, the murder of women by men, as a crime. And with 46 cases in the first 3 months of 2014 alone, some say such a law was overdue. Ramos explains the scope of the controversial law.
Es una ley contra la violencia hacia las mujeres que abarca todas las formas de violencia, tanto en el ámbito público como en el ámbito privado, que abarca la prevención, la sanción y el tratamiento de la violencia. O sea, va a las raíces para eliminar la violencia, no solo para sancionarla, porque la violencia es una cadena. Y si no rompemos esa cadena, no vamos a hacer nunca nada.
Further, the law stipulates that the police, who are often the first call for women suffering violence, must investigate any case of alleged violence against a woman. Before, police reluctance to intervene caused many women never to report the abuse, as Inspector Alan Alvarez explains.
La policía puede, ¿verdad? Estamos facultados a ir a la orden de detención inmediatamente de la denuncia, ¿verdad? Siempre y cuando hayan pruebas. Le dan a conocer la peligrosidad de no denunciar, ¿verdad? Entonces nosotros vamos a seguir haciendo visita a la señora, ¿verdad? Vamos a documentar el caso y vamos a darle persecución.
And this is exactly the theme addressed in Gretel and the women of Southeast Lyon's play. Some of them faced discrimination and disbelief by the police when they tried to report abuse at home. Drawing on their own experiences, they wrote their play to highlight that such a police response is now unacceptable and against the law. And Gretel takes this message further than the stage. Accompanied by Inspector Arlen, who heads the local police unit tasked with tackling incidences of violence against women, they go to the home of a woman they understand to be a victim to see why she hasn't filed a complaint against her partner.
Desde los 13 años ella es violentada, su marido la golpea. ¿Por qué tanto tiempo ella ha aguantado violencia? En parte yo la entiendo por lo que yo también viví violencia. Entonces lo que queremos es seguirle dando seguimiento, visitándola, porque ella no está sola. Está la ley para apoyarla a ella.
And this is the message they will take to a national theatre festival, bringing together 10 theatre groups and women's rights activists from around the country. It's hoped that the word will spread and that the new law will uphold the rights of all women in Nicaragua to eventually live free from violence and participate fully as independent citizens in their country.
Para nosotros fue la experiencia más maravillosa que hemos vivido, porque la gente aplaudía y la gente decía, ¡qué linda obra!